All right, well, here we are. We're back. Franklin and Paul, Poolside Bets here. Another episode of Cash and Tickets. Boy, I sound loud, Paul. Do I sound loud to you?
I like it.
All right, here we go. Cash and Tickets, October 26th, coming off a really, really good weekend. We're so proud of the effort put in last weekend. So if you want all the good stuff, you should like and subscribe, hit the bell, get the notification so that you know when a new episode's coming in. So again, Cash and Tickets, I'm Franklin, that's Paul. As always, we're going to get started with the little Friday night lights. Paul, we're getting close to the end. Got Friday night lights has come to an end for some teams and still one to go for others. So let's get started. Let's talk about the Wildcats. What do we got with Clarksdale Wildcats? Had the big cat brawl this weekend,
Yeah,
didn't we?
little Panther on Wildcat crime out there at Wildcat Field. No, they beat them. Clarksdale beat Coleman County 38-6. I don't think there was any. I think there was too much talent on the field.
Yeah, a little no doubter there.
258 yards total, 221 on the ground, 37 through the air. I'm gonna go through this best I can.
Go ahead. You good?
Kelly Jones was 2 of 5 for 37 yards. The two catches were by Tyrese Lewis. I mean, like I said, I think they're just putting something on film for the playoffs.
Just threw two passes, huh?
Yeah,
Both complete. Hey.
Well, they threw 5.
Oh.
To be fair,
2 of 5. Okay.
They caught 2.
Okay.
Kelly Jones had 9 carries for 98 yards. Kebby and Gilmore had 8 carries for 28 yards and 3 touchdowns. You talk about efficient.
Hey, that's some fantasy football
Yeah,
efficiency right
the
there.
Old Robin. Braxton Williams had 8 carries for 51 yards and a touchdown, and Jacob Williams added a touchdown. Got a little late game action.
Got a little action.
Yeah.
Good for the kid, the youngster.
Yeah. Defensively, Kevin and Gilmore had 10 tackles. Here's the one. Patrick Broomfield, 4 tackles, 1 pick six for 43 yards. They finally got one of those picks and got in the end zone.
Got in the end zone. Finally got it there.
Home.
You've been begging for that for the last 3 weeks.
Come on, man, send it home.
Well, has it not been the same kid, this Broomfield?
Yeah.
And we got our boy Daniel Wilson. I didn't hear Wilson called. He may have sat out this game. He probably didn't. Wanted to make sure he stayed healthy.
I tell you, he had Daniel had eight tackles.
Oh, he still had 8 tackles, of course.
Yeah, 8 tackles some guys on the way to the water.
On the way, hey, get out of here.
Yeah.
Get away from that cooler.
Marcus McGregor had 1 fumble recovery and 5 tackles. Rico Lewis had 3 tackles with a pick, and Simeon Ross had added 8 tackles. One of the things when I talked to the coach, Coach Maddox this week, is he wanted us to kind of highlight the yearly stats.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go through that too. So, on the year, Kelly Jones has 1,116 rushing yards with 15 touchdowns, 370 passing yards with 8 touchdowns, 55 tackles, and 4 pass deflections.
Wait, our quarterback's got 55 tackles?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you just told me?
He plays free safety out there.
Protecting the back end.
Yeah. Kamari Gamble, I think he's the kid that got hurt. 333 yards rushing with 3 TDs. Raymond Hill, 285 yards rushing with 1 TD. Marcus McGregor, 185 yards rushing, 55 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 7 pass defenses, and 1 fumble recovery.
It's had a big season.
Yeah. Keontre Gardner, 168 yards receiving with 4 touchdowns. Cameron Pittman, 101 yard receiving with 3 touchdowns. Tyrese Lewis, 99 receiving yards with 1 touchdown. Cameron Mackey, 56 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, 3 sacks. Kevin Gilmore, 111 tackles, 9 tackles for loss, 2 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, 1 pick six, and 86 yards rushing with 4 TDs.
Kids had a year.
Yeah. and maybe we've been cut Daniel Wilson. They got DC, so maybe his nickname's DC.
Yeah, I think it is.
Daniel DC.
Now
Wilson.
tell me that I got to hear it.
Hey,
492 tackles, 12 for tackles for loss.
They must have set him a few games. He had 91 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 5 pass defenses, 1 fumble recovery, and 1 pick six.
You know what that tells me? Kid got better as the season went along. Just kept progressing.
They got some more left.
Or he may have been hurt at the beginning of the season. We don't know. We didn't get started till late in the season. So
Patrick Broomfield, 49 tackles, 8 pass defenses.
Another late bloomer.
Yeah, 3 interceptions, 1 defensive touchdown. Rico Lewis, 39 tackles, 3 pass defenses, 2 interceptions, and a blocked field goal. And Simeon Ross, my favorite name, 71
I like it.
tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 1 forced fumble, and 1 fumble recovery. So the great year by those young men. They're not done. They know they're not done. They got a whole bunch of work coming tomorrow night, Thursday night.
Yeah, this is the big one. The end of season right here.
Yep.
Probably going to determine a lot about state playoff seedings and if they get a home game in the playoffs. Right? Is that kind of
Yep.
what we're looking
This is
at?
for the district championship. Big game. Senatobia Warriors coming at 7-2. I mean, you look at them with common opponents, and it's not a lot of difference there.
Yeah.
Senatobia's got 2 really good wideouts. One of the kids is 6'3". The other one's 5'10". They can go get the football, and they're not scared to throw it deep.
They're going to press it, push it down the field a little bit.
They're not scared. They got a really good running back, Julian Tabor. He's tough to tackle. If you don't bring the wood on him, he will bounce off you and keep running. So they need to make sure they shore up the tackles. Just don't run into them and bounce off. We've seen that before over in Oxford for 6 years.
A little bit in Baton Rouge too, but I digress.
Yeah. We'll get to that in a minute. You got like I said. So if you wanted to look at common opponents, they both played Indianola Gentry.
Okay.
We beat them 2014, and then Warriors beat them 14-6. So
Okay. All right.
I mean, they played them. They played them good. This is going to be they're well rounded. I think they're going to try to. They're going to try to load the box on us. What I hope happens is first 2 plays, let Kelly Jones put it up.
Throw it. You want to throw it early?
Yeah, let's back them off because they're gonna crowd the box. They're gonna stop the run. Let's set it. Let's send one deep, man. Try to get the corners to back off.
Yeah.
Give us a little rain run because once we control the line of scrimmage, start running the ball, it's a
So
wrap.
you think we're gonna send Kelly a lot of reads, to see if he can get around the end? Because they've been running Kelly a lot the last few games.
Yeah, they're gonna try to probably key on him, but he's so talented, man. There's so much talent on that team. It'll. All they got to do, I think, if they'll try to throw it, like I said, not necessarily you have to complete it. You'd love to, but just let them know that you will throw the ball.
That you can throw it,
or
that you're attempting to throw it.
Yeah, we're about to be in playoff football, and you ain't just gonna be able to line up.
You can't be
one
dimensional.
Everybody.
Yeah, no, that's right.
So I just would I'm hoping because it's gonna be a really fun game. Senatobia they're not nothing. I mean, we got to go out there and take care of it, but we can't play with their food like we've done in the past.
No. Hey, look, if you got them, put it on them. Go get them early.
Yeah.
And make them chase you for the rest of the game.
Yeah, Khalil Kimball is the young man is 6'3". I think he's 180 or a tall, skinny guy, athlete. And then Jabryston Abrams he's 5'10". That's our 2 wideouts in high school.
Oh, 6'3" and 5'10".
Yeah, they can go up and get it. They're not worried about. So we just got to shore them up on the defensive corners, and just control the line of scrimmage, control the clock, and throw it. Let that thing go, man.
Well, they ain't been afraid to throw it. Just let him throw it a little bit more. Yeah. I mean, we're not saying go all out, go. Go Dan Marino all night long, but more than 5 attempts, I think you're gonna have to pressure them a little bit and make them suck back a little bit. Not stack the box all night long.
Yeah, they're gonna be in the box. So the further back if you can get them moving backwards at snap, they'll run.
Yeah,
we can run the ball on them. That's not gonna be an issue. It's just you'd rather run and get 6 or 7 than you would
than the 8 or 9,
the 10,
right.
11. Yeah. So, anyways, it's going to be a really big game. Looking for a big crowd out there.
And it's on a weird night. It's Thursday night. It's tomorrow night or tonight because this podcast will be up on Thursday. So, yeah. Anybody watching, listening, you're in the area, come out there and support the Wildcats. And it's at home, right?
At home.
We're at home. Hey, get out there, buy your ticket, and go support the Wildcats, and let's bring this district championship home.
Big game. Back-to-back district championships.
I wonder if they win the championship, you'd think they would get a first round. I don't know if they'll get a bye, but they should get a first round home game, maybe. Yeah. I haven't looked at I'm not sure how that bracket works out, but
somebody was saying that they changed the way that you can't have home field advantage throughout the playoffs.
No, but I'm just saying maybe the first game.
Yeah, no, if they win this game, they should. Yeah.
Yeah, get at least the first game at home.
Yeah, if you win the district, you should be good. But yeah, that's what I got. I mean, that's a great season for everybody. I mean, I, I wish we would have started this a little earlier in the year so we could have.
I know, follow because they both been good teams, and to be able to follow them throughout the year would have been a lot better.
Yeah, we're getting there.
So yeah, speaking of district champs, your Lee Academy Colts are district champs. They're in the 4A division of academy football, and can't say really Mississippi because it's the MAIS, which is the Mid South Association of Independent Schools, which includes some schools in Arkansas, Louisiana, and Tennessee.
Like
Lower half,
Rossville.
yeah, like Rossville, yeah. Um, so they played North Delta last week, and they pretty much had the district championship already wrapped up. But they went out there and took care of business against North Delta. The final score was 49-21, and it was never that close. That game was out of hand early. Hopefully, they got some depth in late to finish that game out. Um, Most of your guys that you had that were your leaders are been the leaders all year. Of course, your quarterback William Walker, he threw for 82 yards and had a touchdown. Tanner Fava again, 6 receptions, 64 yards, a touchdown, and we were watching that right. That may have been Tanner that ran the kickoff back. I
Yeah,
couldn't. We couldn't really catch the number there.
Tanner got his groove back
Yeah,
finally.
yeah, he's ready to go. And then our boy Montavious Artis again leading the running back charge with 14 carries for 142 yards in that game against North Delta. So congratulations to your champs there, district champs, Lee Academy Colts. They stroll into the playoffs. They get a bye. They do not play this week. Their regular season is done. So they'll go into the
Get
Class
healthy.
4A football championship with a bye. They're the number 4 seed. They will get the winner of Tri County Academy and Indianola Academy.
Ooh.
Tri County is the number 5. Indianola is the number 12. They've been pretty good, but they've had a down year this year for Indianola. So, anyway, Lee Academy will get that home game with the winner of that game, and we'll have a lot more next Wednesday. We'll even have more for you on the Lee Academy North Delta game if we get that. Didn't talk to our guy Bobby this week. He's a little busy, kind of out of town, out of touch. But we got a little bit of information, but he'll be ready to go next Wednesday. Give us all the pregame hype for the playoff game next week for Lee Academy as they host the winner of Tri County and Indianola.
Where,
So look forward
do we know
to.
where Tri County is located? Did you say that?
I did not, and I used to remember that because we played them in softball,
We'll go look it up.
but I do not remember where Tri County
Well, if
is.
they don't win, we ain't got to worry about it.
Yeah, they're the number 5 seed. Like I said, Indianola has not been great this year. So let's see if we can't find that Tri County Academy. Not great pod here, but we'll take a look.
Flora?
Flora, Mississippi. There you go.
No. Yeah.
That's south of here, right?
Well, that's down there by Jackson, ain't it?
Yeah, I think so. It's not. Yeah, it's not too far outside of Jackson there, Jackson, Mississippi. So yeah, Tri County will take on Indianola. I'm guessing Tri County will be at home. Indianola will travel to Tri County, and we will get the winner. Say we, Lee Academy Colts, will get the winner of that game. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to talking more about that next week. But great season, obviously, for William Walker, the quarterback there, junior quarterback for the Academy Colts.
Come on, flank it. We got one more
Also,
year.
I believe Tanner Fava, the leading wide receiver there, is a junior. Montavian Artis is either a junior or a sophomore.
Oh,
So your three, basically your 3 guys there leading the offense are underclassmen. I know the leader of the defense there over there, our big linebacker there, Sam Stone Street. He is a senior, but you've got a junior defensive and offensive lineman that'll be back next year, and Brad Jennings, our guy Bradley, and his son will be back next year. So you'll have a bunch of returning, but look, they've had a great season, number 4 seed in the state. So good luck to the Lee Academy Colts and there
Yeah,
as
man.
they on the road to state.
yeah, take
Is
a
that'll begin next Friday.
Yeah, don't nobody do nothing silly this week. You get healthy.
That's right. Stay good, get healthy, and be ready to go. I don't know about injuries, who they get back. I think the Bird kid got injured again after he came back. I'm not positive on that, but I believe he did. I don't know. I know Ryan Mooney I believe he had a broken arm issue, and I think there was hope that he would be back. So maybe they get some guys back for the playoff and make a special run. So look, we got two teams right here locally
Ready.
going in the playoffs, feeling good, all coming off great seasons. And of course, Clarksdale will finish their season tomorrow. So hopefully, we'll have two district champs right here in Clarksdale, Mississippi,
Bring
ready
that
to
trophy
go.
home.
So yeah, good luck to the Wildcats and the Colts as they continued their season. So, Paul, before we get started on the next segment, I'm gonna have to make an I'm gonna do an exit and make an entrance because I got a little something I gotta. How about why don't you just bring me in? How about that? You wanna? You wanna?
Hailing from parts unknown.
Yeah, if you wanna bring me in, as a however you wanna do it, just go ahead.
Yeah, the women in Cleveland love him. Number 1 in your playbook, number 8 in your heart, wherever it goes.
So
Frankie
first
J.
you gotta walk in. You gotta set your. I don't have a Coke, so I'm just gonna. Can I get this in the camera?
There you go.
Move it over there.
Repping
Get
the
that in
merch.
camera. Set that down right there. Okay, so
Looking stylish.
glad to have everybody here. Just want to say we got in early in the morning, Sunday morning from Baton Rouge, so we didn't have time to go straight to the tape when we got in. It was about 1:30 in the morning, so told everybody to take a good rest, get some sleep, and we'd get back after it Sunday afternoon. So got some sleep Sunday, put on the tape of the weekend, and best I can say is
Win some, you lose some.
not good. I looked at the tape and I had to ask a few people if it was upside down or if that was the tape of a different group of people that we were watching. So the tape was not good. It showed a lot of flaws. Number one, you don't have a good week of preparation, things are going to go south on you quick.
You got to do the homework.
So I had a lot of
do the homework.
Me and the group, the interns, had a lot of distractions last week. A lot of things going on. We had the whole. We shot from Stone Pony last Wednesday, so trying to get that going. Didn't have a lot of prep time, and when you don't prep and you don't have and had a horrible walkthrough on Friday. I mean, just awful. I don't even know who showed up. Actually, it was just all partying because of the day we were getting ready to have a big time on Saturday. No. So there was zero walkthrough on Friday. Just put everything in and just mailed it in and was ready to go. And boy, did the tape show it on Saturday with the big offer. So we're back. We've already had a better week of preparation. We threw away the tape Sunday night. And we started with prep work on Monday, did a little bit yesterday, dove in it today. So we're ready to have a better week. We're going to study harder even through Thursday and Friday, not just today. We're going to continue the prep throughout the week. We're going to have a great walkthrough Friday afternoon and looking forward to a big Saturday. So I'll turn it over to questions if anybody has any questions for the coach here. If you would like to ask Paul, do you have any questions? I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you might have.
I wish I had your picks up, but I don't. I am in no position to ask any questions. For one, I picked a fighter who got a damn dislocated shoulder. Didn't nobody tell me.
Was that Dillashaw and Dillashaw and Sterling?
Yeah, Dillashaw had a dislocated shoulder.
And nobody decided.
I didn't get not one phone call.
Hey, look, like I said, prep work. We had a bad week of preparation. Not good. Just bad. It was just, you could see it. Felt like we were upside down on our heads all weekend, all Saturday.
I'll run through my picks if you want, but it's going to be real quick and painful.
Well, look, I put out 2 straight bets. I put out Purdue and A&M. So if you got any questions about that, go ahead and fire away. I don't. You can.
If anything tells you how it went, I put the picture on Twitter of the bonfire late Saturday evening.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember
Sacrificing the paper gods
putting
over
them
there.
down in flames. Sometimes you got to burn the tickets. That's what you got to do. That's how you move. That's how you move forward.
Boy.
So yeah.
Let me. I was gonna.
Go ahead, make the rundown. I'd love to hear because I'm sure I'm in there on some of them that were bad as
I'll
well.
start with the USC. Like I said, Dillashaw had a hurt shoulder. Didn't know. Whatever. Jan got robbed, in my opinion.
Yeah, I didn't see the fight. So the how did O'Malley win that fight?
He's the next. He's the next.
That's who they want there.
Yeah, he's the next.
Well, he's
guy.
He's fun. He's flashy. I love him as a but I never thought I never thought he could have beaten Jan straight. I mean,
Yeah, me either.
but you say robbed. I thought our basketball guy told me it was by submission. Was a decision. It had to be a decision then.
No, Oliveira, he's still tapping.
Oliveira got tapped out.
Yeah,
By who?
He's still tapping. That Islam Makachev. Can't believe
Big fight, boy! It was a big card. I hate I missed it.
Yeah, it was early in the day. It was weird. Like I said, it was early.
Yeah, I know it started at 3:00, so it was over in.
No, it was over at 3.
Oh, over at 3.
Yeah, it started at 8 in the morning. The whole card.
Holy smokes!
Yeah, big day. All right, my big bet was Miami of Ohio -6. They lost 16 to 10. They were 2 of 13 on third down. You can't beat me and you with that down the bull crap.
No, you can't. Well, that's a rough stat.
I had UCLA +6. Bo Nix went out there and threw five
Bo
touchdowns.
Nix
He didn't throw all that at Auburn.
In his whole career at Auburn, he ain't thrown 5 touchdowns.
Had 263 yards on the ground. I mean,
Somebody told me it's tough to play up there in Austin. I've heard. I don't. Never been there.
Not for Bo Nix.
Well, I mean that's his home stadium. That's what for road teams. It's tough.
And my favorite, West Virginia +7. They got
Man.
that shit.
that got ugly quick.
48.
Look, I was tracking your bet on that when I'm sitting in Baton Rouge. I think I was sitting in the stadium. I pulled up ESPN. I was like, oh, whoa.
40,
Not good.
48 to 10. They gave up over 500 yards total offense. Defense gave up 500 yards. Had 4 turnovers. You can't beat Miami of Ohio like that. I mean, shit. I don't know what we're doing.
Look, you keep talking about all those stats. You should have seen me when I checked both of my games. I went. I'm sitting there watching the Ole Miss LSU game, and of course they start at the same time as Purdue and Wisconsin. And by the time I finally got in, that place is 90,000 people in there. So the cell towers are getting blown up with people on their phones. And so when ESPN finally refreshed, and it said. It was like 14 minutes and 45 seconds still to go in the first quarter, right? That's 15 minutes off the clock, right? Wisconsin 7, Purdue nothing. I was like, what are we doing? I swear in the first 4 minutes it was like 21 to nothing. It was brutal. And then of course later in the evening, I said, well, still got got A&M to get me back to even. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. And then of course. Exact same thing. A kickoff return for a touchdown, an interception, a fumble, and it just boy. Yeah.
The only bet,
like I said, bad week of preparation.
The only bet I won was the Cuse. Thank goodness for the Cuse. They didn't win the ball
game.
They
played great.
They covered.
Yeah, look, and I got another thing about that. That game.
1-6 on a damn. You got to be shitting me.
Hey, look, when Clemson got the call. They hit the quarterback. They got the call.
Yeah.
And then Garrett Schrader and the Qs get the ball, and they're coming down. They're trying to go. Because what was it? 26-21 was the final?
27-21.
27-21. So the Qs have the ball. They're driving. Garrett Schrader gets lit up late, out of bounds. I think maybe gets destroyed. And the referees are just standing there like, what do you want us to do? Play football? No. I mean, I don't like all the calls anyway because they've gotten out insane, especially in the NFL. But
Yeah.
if you're gonna call it the first time, you gotta call it for the other team as well.
Yeah. While we're on that rant, I want to talk about two games about penalties too. That
Go ahead.
it's been going.
You
Yeah,
got
I didn't
yeah.
know if you were done.
No, I'm done. Yeah, just
Uh,
call it both ways. That's all I'm asking for.
no. So the thing I forget, I'm looking at you. I'm supposed to be looking over here. So Alabama, prior to this Saturday, was bottom five in the nation in penalties against. So
They've been bad.
They were getting penalized. Saban writes a freaking
Letter.
letter to God knows who. All right, so
How many penalties did they have against State?
3 penalties for 20 yards. You know how many State had?
14 for 110.
10 for 100. And the score was lopsided. State scored late, but you can't. I mean, you don't know.
It's hard.
Here's my favorite of the weekend, by the way.
Here we
This
go.
is gonna hurt your feelings. It hurts mine because I was really confused about this week. Texas, Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State had 0 penalties for 0 yards.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know how you do. That's just good coaching.
You know
That's
how
just
many?
good coaching
You know
right
how many
there.
Texas had?
8 for 100.
14 for 119 yards, and still only lost by a touchdown.
Touchdown.
That does
Yeah.
not make me feel good about Oklahoma State this week.
Well, their quarterback is gimpy,
How do
and
you,
he looked gimpy in that game.
how
I
do
saw
you
some
call
of
that
it.
game as a referee and then wake up in the morning and act like
And feel
nothing
good about
happened?
yourself? I don't know.
No, they didn't do nothing the whole game.
It's just good coaching, Paul. Come on, man. Just good coaching.
I mean,
That's like what I had to deal with in Baton Rouge in the first quarter. They called like 2 penalties on LSU, and the entire section I'm sitting in is losing their ever loving mind because we're just giving it to them. Just hey, referees, just give it to the Rebels. Just give it to them. Guess who was out flagged and out penalized? The Rebels had like 11 penalties for 120 yards in that game. I wanted to be at the end of that game. Shut up. But, of course, he left early.
yeah, it wasn't the right spot for that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, dude, it's early. It's the first 5 minutes of the game.
Well.
So just look. I'm not trying to spare. I had a great time in Baton Rouge, by the way. It was wonderful. That stadium is large and in charge, and the fans came out and they got after it. And look, they put it on the Rebels. That's for sure. In the last 3 quarters.
We got out coached for the first time, and I've been a big LSU downer all year. And
I don't know. You say out coached. I don't know. It was out talented. We lost our 2 best defenders in the first half. We lost Troy Brown. We lost AJ Finley. The guys didn't come up and tackle. You cannot, and I know I heard this a lot. Just go to 4 down linemen. You don't practice that. You can't just go. And they were, and if you watch the game, like I could see it from up top, they actually were sending 4 guys. It was just a linebacker that was walking up.
I don't understand if you can't have Darryl Revis and Deion Sanders at corner and play them 40 yards off the ball.
Now the soft cushion, I didn't understand because they've played well all year. I don't know why they were.
Got to get up there and go.
Why are they protecting them? What's the difference if they throw it for 60 over you, or if they march down the field? It's still a touchdown? What's the difference? Take some gambles. That's the only thing I didn't like was that our corners were playing 7 to 8 yards back the whole time.
Like they were scared. And Jaden Daniels had a great game, but he wasn't like he was throwing in tight coverage. He was throwing crossing routes for 10 yards.
You noticed in the first quarter when we played them pretty straight up that he made bad decisions.
Yeah.
I say just put some pressure on him and he'll make bad decisions. The problem is, as the game wore on, we could not get any pressure. And then they just kept playing soft coverage, thinking they were about to get beat deep, and it just didn't work. And sometimes, I mean, you just don't have it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, was that game? Do they bounce back? Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. Sir, go ahead, Paul.
We got a fan in the room. Yeah, I don't know. We're moving on. I hope a lot of players hurt for both teams this week, so we'll see what they do.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, and we're not here to talk about the Rebels because
Nope.
we're here to talk about gambling. But just to bring it up, that's just I hear so many people that get so mad about that. You know who else plays the 3-3 5 or the 3-2-6? Alabama,
Yeah,
A and
that's
M.
true.
They all, but guess what they've got on the defensive front? They got 3 5 stars playing on the defensive front. And the Rebels lost Sam Williams. They don't have a Sam Williams. They got a gimpy Cedric Johnson. He gave it all he had, but his ankle is not good.
Yeah.
And you're missing your best guy. You can't just go 4 down linemen because you haven't practiced it. It's a different thing if that was your if they showed you a lot of 4-man front this year and then they just decided to abandon it. Now that's one thing. But that's not what they play. That's not what they practice.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't say you can't change your whole defensive scheme at halftime because then your players play slow. It's like I'm not sure which gap to hit. I don't know where I'm supposed to be, and then it's worse.
You just move on.
Yeah, you go what you got and you move on. I mean, my God, they're 7-1. It's just
Yeah.
like anybody else who's won. Like who's lost? Oklahoma State's lost 1 game. They bounced back after their loss.
Yeah.
Syracuse lost to Clemson, but they're here. They are. They get Notre Dame. I'm sure they'll be ready to go. They'll bounce back this
They
week.
there's a lot of players hurt for both teams, A&M and Ole Miss this week. So.
Yeah, I mean, if you lose this one though, you got to start asking questions because A&M is several things. They got suspensions, they got injuries, they got a bad quarterback. Their offense is archaic. It's not like they can change it in 1 week. And hey, this is a team you got to go beat now before things get rolling because they're recruiting every damn kid in the country.
Yep. Okay.
So,
We
do
talked
we
about-
scratch that week? Are we done with that week?
Yeah.
Any other games you want to talk about? Any other games stick out to you?
From last
Um,
week?
yeah, I mean, that game was kind of. I figured it was going to be high scoring. I just didn't see the Rebels getting shut out in the second half. I did not see Oklahoma State coming back and beating Texas. Texas jumped up on them quick.
I don't understand. Hey, I do not understand. If anybody needs to be writing a letter to anybody,
It's the Texas
it's
Longhorns.
Sarkisian. Alabama, Saban, just shut up.
Yeah, and
Just
Saban
stop.
needs to stop. I mean, if anybody's ever gotten all the calls in all the world, it's Alabama Crimson Tide. That's for sure. We got nothing out of Tennessee after their big win. How lucky was that to get a break to play UT Martin after the big win
Yeah.
against Alabama? And they get Kentucky this weekend. It ought to be interesting. If Will Levis is what they think Will Levis is going to be, he should be able to stress that secondary of Tennessee.
Poolside bets, baby.
Oh yeah, we got you saw mine earlier. There
We're
it is.
merchant out. We're representing
Merchant, yeah.
ox pipe. Laying
Oh yeah,
pipe.
you got the hat on. I noticed that earlier.
Yeah, nobody lays that pipe like ox pipe.
Nobody. That should be their slogan.
Dustin Shetler and the boys.
Okay, so here we go. Moving on into Halloween weekend. October the 29th is the Saturday, right?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right, so let's jump right into it, Paul.
All right. Some notes that I'm watching for myself before we get into picks. The Georgia Tech Florida State game. The Sims, Jeff Sims, I think's his name. For Georgia Tech.
He's out.
Yeah, he's hurt, and that spread's 24. But don't count on him playing.
They've played well their last 4 weeks, so that's a lot of points.
No, did they?
Well, they won 3 games, and then I know they lost this weekend, but
not without him though. Cause I bet on him one game, and the game he went out, I think.
oh, that was this weekend, right? He got hurt this weekend.
Yeah, so don't jump all over that thinking that because I don't think that backup quarterback can get it done. And then the Miami Virginia game, Tyler Van Dyke is hurt.
Oh, they're bad with him.
That spread's only 2. Take a minute. Virginia went out there and I think they beat Georgia Tech that when Sims got hurt. So don't jump on those games right away. Make sure you see the injury report. That's a big deal.
Yeah, I'm interested in that. I forgot about that last week.
Some of these teams are they got one quarterback and that's all they got.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing behind Sims there at Georgia Tech. I mean, that guy came in and played a little bit. Duke routed Miami. That was the one game I actually liked, and I should have
Yeah.
just taken Duke. And boy, they absolutely routed Miami. Scored 21 in the fourth to win that game
Yeah,
by
without
24.
Tyler Van Dyke, that team is not good.
No, that much, yeah, because I was seeing right here their leading passer
Yeah.
was Jay Garcia
Yeah. So
for
fine.
Miami.
And like I said, I wouldn't. If you wanted to go out there and get you some of that Virginia money line, I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't blame you
It wouldn't be
If
bad.
Van Dyke's not playing.
Yeah.
Or the under. Might look at the under there. I don't know what
Did
it is.
Virginia play this past week? I can't
They
find
played
them.
Georgia Tech on Thursday night, didn't
Oh, they played on Thursday night.
they? Or
Okay.
Friday, Thursday or Friday, I thought.
Yeah, that's right. They beat 16-9. So
Yeah.
they didn't. There's no way they covered, right? Well, they may not have been.
No, Georgia Tech was favored.
Oh, Georgia Tech was favored.
Yeah, because remember they got beat. Jeff Sims
Yeah.
went out.
They had won 3 in a row, I
Yeah,
believe.
they had gotten
Yeah.
it and since they fired Jeff Collins or
Yeah.
whatever his name was.
So yeah, so Sims is out. Van Dyke is out.
And I hadn't seen where either one of them are out per se. I just know they're banged up and hurt.
Well, obviously they didn't finish the game. I did watch some of that. I had the under in that Virginia Georgia Tech game. That's why I watched some of it.
Yeah. And I have a trivia question for you later, since I know you love when I ask you questions.
Yeah, I like to answer.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's gonna be right, but I'll give you an answer.
Yeah, it's like the old saying, low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
That's kind of one of them.
If it's talking about injuries, just look. One thing I messed up last week by not taking them, and I should have. I think I said it last week on the podcast. You're giving me Oklahoma State at home plus points. I should have just done it.
Yeah.
That was stupid. But now they're back on the road and they're underdogs again. You're giving me points again with Mike Gundy and the Cowboys.
Adrian Martinez is not healthy.
For K-State? Did he get hurt in the TCU game?
He may play, but he's got ankle problem.
Okay. Well, see, Spencer Sanders, he gutted it out and played that whole game against Texas, and they made the big comeback, but he was limited. But he made it through the whole game. Maybe he'll be a little more healthy. But if Martinez is hurt for K-State, that's a big blow for them. But it's tough to play there. What was that, Manhattan?
Yep, right there in the old Kansas hole.
Yeah, it's tough to play there, and they gave TCU all they wanted early. You talking about a comeback? What a comeback by TCU and the Horned Frogs there to take care of K-State.
Yep.
That game was, 21-10 early or
Yeah.
28-10 or something?
Out there and got 'em.
TCU beat them by 10, yeah.
I mean, TCU's like the little team that just won't quit.
I mean, Sonny Dykes, I mean, what do you say? I mean, well done, Captain.
Way to go.
I mean, great job. So yeah, that's some injury news there. I'm glad you mentioned that about Martinez. That if Spencer Sanders is going and he's healthy, he's ready to go for Oklahoma State. I like the Cowboys, even though they're headed to Manhattan to take on K-State and the Wildcats there. So let's get it going. We've talked about injuries, Paul. Let's dive in. Let's talk about some games.
You want to go first?
You
want me to go first?
It don't matter. How about we just go game for game? Let's just go different games.
All right, I'll go.
Give me your first game you're looking at. It don't have to be betting against the game you're looking at.
Northwestern Iowa under 37.5. Only one time in the past 5 years has this game gone over 35, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm going under here. I don't think there's no way either one of these teams, which I'll be proven wrong, but Iowa's putrid.
Two things here. I've got it right here on the paper. Northwestern.
Oh, great.
Northwestern at Iowa. But I'm the other way.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not taking the over. No, I mean I'm taking a different spot here.
Okay.
Tell me this: can Iowa score 11 against Northwestern? What's your answer? Can they score 11 on the Northwestern Wildcats?
No.
Yes, they can.
No.
Here's the thing: if Iowa can score 11, lay the 11. Northwestern will not score. And who knows? Maybe the whole team is laid down. Kurt Ferentz made some comments that were not great. I think his tenure is coming to an end in Iowa. I mean, dude, if don't hire your son. I mean, I don't care how much you love him.
Who did?
Like my son's standing right over here next to me. I would never hire him as my offensive coordinator. I don't care what team I'm coaching. I wouldn't care if I'm coaching Pee Wee here at Lee Academy. I'm not hiring my son to come back and coach the offense.
He'd be calling some colorful plays, that's
I
for sure.
do. Him and his mom will be dialing it up. Can you?
The old Harry Potter on 3, Dumbledore on 2.
Absolutely. Look, I think Iowa can score 15-16. I don't think Northwestern's can score. So I like the under, and I like Iowa minus laying the 11. That's a good game to bring up. Good job. Well done, Paul.
Yeah, I'm on my game tonight.
So what else you got about the under? Anything?
Put an ox pipe hat and a poolside bets hoodie on. I'm like a damn Lee Corso.
Any other special announcements you want to make about Northwestern Iowa as we?
No, I can move on. You want to? You want to? All right. No, I got Oklahoma State, man. Plus the 1.
You dirty bastard. They're at one. They're plus 1.5. I mean,
I will not. I don't know if I'll bet this if Adrian Martinez plays, but
for right now, you don't know if he's playing or not.
I just saw somewhere like he's got ankle problems, and
Ooh, if he can't run,
that's all he is.
If he can't run, that's going to be tricky.
Yeah.
So. Now, look, I'll say this: the Oklahoma State defense has not been the defense I thought they were going to be. That's the one thing that's let them down. Not let them down. I mean, they've stayed in games. They did great by holding Texas to make that comeback happen. And it may have been the penalties.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that game enough to know what aided the comeback. But if Sanders is healthier than he was last Saturday, and if Martinez is limited, I love the Cowboys here, even though they're on the road.
You can't tell me they didn't commit a penalty all day.
Absolutely. People hold on every play.
Can't tell me that.
Offensive line holds on every play.
Okay. Yes.
I mean, right?
And speaking of poor Texas, Alabama held on the play they got in the poor.
Hey,
I can't believe I said that, but I mean honestly.
Hey, you want to talk about poor? Somebody is boy. Oklahoma's terrible, and now they've got to go into the SEC. Good luck.
They got a general just sitting on the bench, not being used.
Are you going to toot this horn all year long?
Until they listen.
We should put a call into somebody. You think we can call Jeff Levy? I bet we can. I'll text Lane, see if we can't get Levy's number and say, hey, put in the booty.
Yeah, we got a little Ole Miss on Ole Miss crime coming up, too, with that Ole Miss A&M game.
Yeah, we do. DJ Durkin over there is going to try to dial it up against us.
Anyways, all right, your turn for a game.
All right, so the first game I got on my list there, and I'm guessing they're playing early because it's the first one I brought up. Notre Dame Fighting Irish travel to the Syracuse Orange. Carrier Dome is a tough place to play. Very tough. They're very similar statistically when you look at both teams. It's hard. They're very close everywhere, defensively, offensively. But give me this. Give me the team that's tough, that's road-tested. They're at home. I get it. They're coming off a tough loss. And, hey, you lose the big game. You had your big shot. But now you got to go validate your season. It's time to go put a stamp on it. They're going to be at home in the Dome. They're going to put a stamp on their good season. Dino Babers, that's going to make this thing happen. Garrett Strader's going to play well. And look, do you want to go lose and let Syracuse beat you twice?
It's under a field goal.
Yeah, it's 2.5.
No,
The Qs are not gonna. They're not that team. They're not gonna let. They're not gonna let the Tigers beat them twice. I don't believe it. I think they're gonna go home and they're gonna show the Fighting Irish what it's like to play up there in the Carrier Dome, and they're gonna put it on Marcus Freeman and the crew.
Yeah, they're better friendly too. They're 6-1 against the spread this year.
Yeah, they've done great. Hell, they covered last week.
They're getting 59% of the bets total made, and they're getting 23% of the money bet on the side. So
everybody's betting the Golden Domes.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it. I love that I'm on that side of the money. Give me the orange all day. I've watched that team play.
Yeah, they're good.
If you don't bring your hat, your pail, you're not ready to go to work that day.
They're good.
Just like us. Think about it. Last Saturday, were we ready to go to work?
I don't think we should have got out of bed.
Exactly. And that yeah. You don't come to play. And Syracuse brought it this weekend, and I get it that Orange they benched their quarterback, and if you don't think the Tigers are real, whatever, they're still undefeated. But hey, give me the Qs in the dome, all over the Fighting Irish. I think they win it by 10.
Oh, nice.
Hey, go. What would you get? The alternate line's going to be 3 points, right? I might take the Qs minus 5.5. Alternate line it. Let's go. Let's go get some juice. Get some juice on our side instead of giving up the juice.
Go get you some plus 115.
That's right.
I got you.
I don't hate it. Telling you, they're a much better team, better coached.
You want to send another game, or you want me to go?
All right, this one I got to know some stuff. I just don't know. I've heard rumors. There's bad things going on. We already know the team is dead. The coach is dead.
Oh,
He's a
God.
dead. The coach is a dead man walking. He's not going to coach here next year. I don't think he's. I think he's a pretty good coach, and he's kept that team playing a little bit. But they gave it all they had against the Rebels when they went to Oxford. Now they're back home in Auburn. And I just look, Arkansas's got the much better quarterback. And look, Arkansas's D is bad. I get it. But Franklin, can they stop Auburn? But the Auburn's defense has been okay, but their run defense is not good. Go look. They give up over 200 yards a game rushing. And what are they playing for? They're playing for the coach to get fired? Yeah. I mean, there's rumors about coaches and players wanting to get them digits, talking about Harson's daughter. I mean, yeah, it's not good. It's not good over there.
I don't like it.
Yeah, no, not at all. So give me North Pinola's best, North Pinola's own, KJ Jefferson, and the Arkansas Razorbacks to go into Auburn and stomp a hole in their ass. Minus 3.5. Arkansas's minus 3.5. You're wondering. That's the line.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to.
And you may not have anything on that game. It's probably a no bet for you. I'm guessing.
I didn't because I didn't. The only thing that I looked at was betting the over.
Oh yeah, I don't hate the. What's the number?
61.
I don't hate it.
Well, no, it's 62 now, 62.5. So it's over.
I still don't hate it.
I don't hate it.
I see Arkansas winning 40-32.
I don't think either one of these teams can stop the other.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But I think Arkansas can just score what they want.
So
what Ole Miss score? 48.
Yes. 55% of the money total bets total against the spread are on Arkansas. 79% of the money on the against the spread bet is on Auburn. So there's a lot of Auburn money coming in.
So we're on the right side again.
Yep.
So on the Qs and the Razorbacks
on a Wednesday evening.
See, this is better preparation. See, we talk about we watched the film Sunday afternoon. We realized that. We threw the show together last Wednesday. See, this is what happens. You just got to take your cue from coaches. Sometimes you got to watch the press conference, understand what you got to do, and here we are. It's much better prepared, much better. I feel much better about it.
All right, I like it.
We may die come Saturday, and we'll be cussing and throwing shit at the TV, but
we've had worse days.
Hey, want to go back to that Syracuse Notre Dame game back a few years?
Yeah,
I almost set my pool house on fire that night.
A few games. All right.
I wanted to turn over the entire fire pit and set the whole place on fire. Let it burn.
Let the boy watch. What's that got to do with betting, you say?
Well, you never know.
Your father's having a meltdown. He needs to see it. All right. So, okay, moving forward.
Yeah, let's go to another game.
I got my third game. I got Toledo.
Ugh.
I know I said toe because I live in Mississippi, and that's just how I talk.
I skipped this game like the plague.
You make me feel bad about my pick, fool.
Because I couldn't. I wanted to take it, and I thought about it both ways, and I was like, I just nope, out.
Let me get.
Isn't that Eastern Michigan?
Yeah, all right. Toledo versus Eastern Michigan, over 55.5.
Okay.
The last 3 years, total points scored in these games, 101, 73, and 71. I don't see no reason why that just doesn't just continue.
Why is it 55?
I don't know.
Is Vegas missing?
Damn, I choked him up, y'all. Look at this.
What's Eastern Michigan been giving up? They think their defense is that good? Because I know the Rockets can get out there and score sometimes.
I don't know. Give me the over, and I'll see you Sunday morning at the cash.
See if that's cash and window. But God, I hope so. Whew, need some.
You're up, boss.
All right, so I probably a trap line. Here we go. But I don't know if you've watched them play this year, Paul. But the Illinois Fighting Illini,
They good.
they can run the football.
They good.
They can stop you from scoring.
Yeah, they take the air of the ball.
Let me give you the defensive differential between Illinois and Nebraska. I know that was a big word. You can keep saying it inside your head, see if you can figure it out. It's totally fine. Say it out loud when you think you have it.
Toledo.
Well done. Good job. I'm so proud of you. See,
This
is why we do a show together, because we
growth.
think alike. Yeah, we're growing. So Illinois gives up 8.9 points a game.
Good.
And they're what, 7-1? Is that through 8 games?
Yeah.
Or 6-1? They're either 7-1 and 6-1, one of the two. And through the same amount of games, Nebraska gives up 31.3. Now, I don't know how good you are with math, but let's do some rounding. Let's just say that Illinois is 9 and Nebraska is 31.
Yeah.
In my head, that's a 22-point differential.
Yeah.
The spread is 7.5.
Something's fishy to me.
Right. That's what. That's why I said the line stinks all to shit. But Illinois already has a 1,000-yard rusher. Any guesses on what Nebraska gives up on the ground a game?
1,000 yards.
190.
That's a lot.
Look, I get it. I get it. Vegas is out there looking right at me. I'm the guy they're looking at, and they're saying, "I want you, please lay the 7.5."
It's in Lincoln.
We put this point spread right where we knew we could get you, because if we put it at 9, you may not take the bait.
Yeah.
And if we put it too low, we're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the movement is. I don't know what the money is. But give me the Fighting Illini to go out there and beat the everlasting shit out of the Nebraska corn huckers. Huckers? I think there's an S in that.
Toledo.
I think there's an S in there.
Yeah, the Sports Line's got it 26-18.
That's 8.
Which is a good.
That's a cover.
That's a cover.
26. I think Nebraska can't score 18.
I don't know how the flip they got that total, but they did 26-18. You got to have some weird shit to go on to get that daggum score.
I mean, I get it. It's in Lincoln and Nebraska. Maybe they like their interim coach, and didn't he just? I mean, he just committed a violation.
Mm.
You know, they got a commitment from Malachi Coleman, and he went out there and said the name, and you can't say commitments names.
Yeah.
And Paul is offline. We still have his voice. We're waiting on his picture to come back. There he is. Hey, welcome back, Paul. Good to have you.
Who?
Hey, there he is. Oh, God, scared everybody.
My phone's over here just blowing up with stuff.
Yeah, I got people calling me, and we're pretty important.
Something must have happened.
Yeah, I don't know.
The money's pretty equal. There's a ton of money coming in on the under for some reason. A ton of it.
On the under?
Yeah.
Well, because I get it. The Illini are going to control the game on the ground.
Yeah.
They're going to eat up a lot of clock, right?
Yeah, I'm with you.
And their defense is going to keep Nebraska from scoring.
Yeah.
I mean, so what's the over under?
Let me go back.
Is it in the 40s?
It's 50.5 right now.
Right. So yeah, I mean that's a pretty. I mean, shit. I see Illini winning this game 24-6. I mean, that covers the under and it gets the spread. So, anyway, I've been wrong before, but That was my next game. Where you at next, Paul?
That was a Tuesday, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a weird. It rained and it was sleeting and then it hailed and then it came a 6-inch snower. I mean, it was weird shit.
What the hell's a snower?
That's what we say down here in the South.
Who? What? It's a snower.
It just hit my head. I don't know.
All right, well, we're winning.
I was thinking of a snowblower, and so
All right.
just came out like that. So.
I like the Wake Forest Demon Dinkins -3 at Louisville.
You bastard!
Really?
All right, let's get it on. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, Wake 6-1 against the number this year.
6-1 gets the number. I got that right over here too.
They had the two games that they struggled with was Liberty and Clemson, which everybody's going to struggle with them too.
Yeah.
They have literally rolled in the other games.
Yeah.
I think they're going to cover in a shootout.
Yeah.
Did you copy my notes?
Yeah. Similar scoring defenses, but the Wake offense is much stronger than the Louisville Cardinals.
You're doing a great job.
Yeah, I mean Louisville's played better of late, but I can't see them keeping up with Wake. I mean, and especially, and it's another one of those crap poo-poo lines, but Wake -4. I mean, yeah, what are we talking? 40-34, 44-40. Boy, that didn't count. 46-40. Yeah, but I can't see Louisville scoring that much. Neither one of these defenses are giving up that many points. Just what's got me convinced is the Wake. Sam Hartman and the Wake offense is dynamic. I mean, they can do whatever they want out there, and they put it all over Clemson.
Well,
a defense that's stacked with NFL talent.
5 stars across the board.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. They're on the road, and it's Wake Forest, but I think I hope anyway that Vegas is wrong here, and I hope we're right.
Just like if you have the luxury to live in a place that allows gambling,
the betting
online, and you have the option to live bet, watch these games and watch these freaking referees. If you sense some weirdness about it,
you can see it getting funny.
They're hammering this one team, and the other team they're just letting do whatever they want. And you're on the wrong side of that. Just go fucking try to get your money back. Call it a wash. What are we doing? Am I backwards?
There we go.
Look at me. I'm looking at you.
Nah, we're back. Gotcha. And your poolside reads proper now. When your phone dies, everything goes to shit, man. We got to fix you up or something. I don't know what we're going to do.
Oh, yeah. Well, they've been trying to fix me for years.
We're going to put Bodie in charge of your technology, maybe.
Well, I put one of your kids in charge of the TikTok account. Ain't nary TikTok happened yet.
She ain't done one TikTok for us. She's done plenty of TikToks for herself. I mean, but nothing for us.
I ain't about to dance around and all that.
And you know what she's gonna want if I wear my hoodie this weekend to go celebrate her birthday. She says, "Dad, let me get one of those hoodies to wear it."
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Give me $30.
$30 right there on the horse's
right
nose.
there on the horse's nose.
Dialed us up a pig 4.
Speaking of that, I hit an exacta today. I had a boxed exacta today.
$6 ticket.
I won it. I lost $2.
Well, you had me, and then you lost me.
Well, because I put the 2 horses in there, and everybody thought that. I mean, I could see it. I saw it in the work. I mean, I saw their speed numbers and kind of understood why they were taking the money. And then I saw 2 other horses that had some pretty good works and races that had gotten some decent numbers, but they were like 8-1 and 9-1. I thought just get one of those numbers right in the top 2. Have one of the 2 favorites shit the bed and get one of those other numbers in.
Which usually happens.
Guess what?
They just ran off with it.
It didn't happen. The two gone. It just.
How close are we to the Breeders' Cup?
1 week.
No, we got to make a plan.
I know. The plan's come.
You've already screwed it up. Way to go.
No, I haven't. No, we're good. We're good.
Right.
We're good. Fall Festival is that Sunday. That has nothing to do with that Saturday.
Well, they usually don't go together.
Yeah, right. So, Not a thing.
No.
Yeah, we get the ladies to go. We'll get them to give our picks. I'm going to be doing exacta, trifecta, superfectas all day long. Breeders' Cup Days coming up November 5th at Keeneland. That's the place we like. Damn, we shit the bed at Del Mar. Boy, that was bad last year.
Yeah, they had horses winning that wasn't even in the race till 2 minutes before the
God,
race.
it is so bad.
How
I
you
know.
gonna pick that? How you gonna bet? I mean, how do you bet that? The horse wasn't even in the race.
I know. We digress. All right.
man, help
What
us
did
here.
you just go? You went Wake Forest, Louisville, right?
I only got 4, man. You got whatever you got. You run on out because I'm out.
I don't really. I mean, I'm just curious about this game.
I got a trivia question left.
My Chanticleers are on the road to play the Marshall Thundering Herd.
Yeah, Marshall team.
Marshall's got a good defense. I get it,
They're top 10 in scoring defense.
but
I
they've
think.
still lost. They've dropped at least 3 games this year. I know of.
Yeah.
Coastal's coming in 6-7-1.
What time?
They had a
start?
bad outing.
You know.
I can tell you, it's in the afternoon. Did you like that answer?
It's this year. Sometime this year.
They play in 2022. It's at night, 6:00 game.
Literally, the only answer you came up with, you were wrong. That's great.
Well, I was right. Marshall's lost 3 games. They're 4-3, and they're a 2.5-point favorite against my Chanticleers Saturday evening. I'm probably gonna have Coastal on the money line there a little bit. I
There we
mean,
go.
what's the point of taking 2.5 points? I'm not doing that. Give me Coastal and the Chanticleers on the money line, which it ain't much. I'm acting like I'm throwing out a big money line.
Ton of money coming in on the Marshall Thundering Herd.
So I'm on the right side. Yeah, because they know what it is.
Line.
Because it's Coastal that they're not ranked, but this is basically like a ranked team going to it. It's just like last week. You had Ole Miss went to LSU. LSU was favored. And when you have a ranked team playing against an unranked team and the unranked team is favored, you know that team covers like 85% of the time.
Oh, yeah?
Here's the kicker. Coastal's not ranked. And all that money's still coming in on Marshall. So I feel like I'm on the right side there.
Yeah, if you're just talking about betting the money line, 63% of the money bet on the money line is on Marshall. 94% of the against the spread money is on Marshall.
Give me the Chanticleers all day long. Grayson McCall's going to go out there and make it happen. Marshall's got a pretty good run defense, but give me the Chanticleers, the Fighting Teals.
You know what'll happen here?
What?
Marshall will win by like 1.
Yeah. And I why didn't I take the points? Yeah. That'll be brutal. I'm sure that'll happen. All right, well, I'm going to go back to the well here. I know it's a lot of points, but Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. They're at home. The University of North Texas. What are they? The Mean Green? The Wave?
No, they're the Mean Green.
It is. So it is the Mean Green, right?
I believe so.
The Mean Green head in to play Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky's been playing great. I know they squeaked out a win last week, but they did cover. I mean, they covered the spread. The defense, here's the thing. Western Kentucky's defense actually has kept them in games early to give the offense time to get going. And once it gets going, there's no stopping it. And North Texas gives up 34.5 points a game.
I was about to say it's probably in the 80s, but it's only 69.5.
Yeah, I see it 70.5 here, but I mean, yeah, it depends on the book you're looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Western Kentucky I know they're always all about offense, and that's what it's always been. Their defense has never been great. But look, their 2 losses are to the Roadrunners and to the Troy Trojans, Troy got it going there for a little bit.
Yeah.
They only give up 358 yards a game.
Yeah. North Texas is 6-2 on the year against the spread, and West Kentucky's 7-1.
Well, there you go. I mean, yeah, that's a tough one to. I mean, and it is 10 points. I get it, and North Texas can score, but Western Kentucky only gives up 22 points a game. Probably one of the best defenses they've had in the last decade.
It's a ton of money coming in on the old Mean Green.
Yeah, give me the hill. So look, I've been on the right side of the money. I feel so much better. The preparation's been better. We talked about it. at the press conference. You saw me come in. Preparation has been great. The practice has been good. We've dug in. The research has been much better. We're on the right side of the money everywhere
You want to hear the predicted score from Sportsline?
for West Kentucky, North Texas.
Yeah,
Let's hear it.
43-30, Western Kentucky.
I mean, there you go. That gets the over. The over is what, 70? Over under 69. So hits the over and it covers.
I like it.
So those are all my games, Paul. I don't have anything left for Saturday unless you just want to bet every damn game on the slate.
No.
We could give you a thought on them, but I don't know that you'd want to hear it.
You want to hear my trivia question?
Yeah, but before we get there, the big game of the weekend, I want to hear your thoughts on it.
Okay.
Look, they got a break. Look, they beat Alabama, and then their next game after Alabama was UT Martin. I mean, congratulations on that scheduling. That was fantastic. So the Kentucky Wildcats, with Will and his Levis, roll in to Knoxville, right? Yeah, Knoxville, Tennessee, take on the Tennessee Volunteers. The number 3 Tennessee Volunteers, undefeated Tennessee Volunteers, leading Heisman candidate in Hendon Hooker, which he deserves it. The kid's been playing out of his mind. What do you think? 12.5 there. I mean, outside the spread, what do you think? You think Kentucky's even got a chance to keep it close?
I don't. I really don't. I don't know what they do. I mean,
What do they do well? Do they? I don't think they do anything really well, do they?
I don't know, man. Will Levis hasn't showed me shit.
He was kind of gimpy, but I think he's back. I think his foot's better. Ole Miss hurt him.
Did they find him an offensive line?
That I don't know. That ain't been good. The offensive line has not been good.
I mean, I like Cavassier Smoke and Chris Rodriguez. I do like them too.
Yep. But that's got nothing to do with Tennessee's. The weakness at Tennessee is their back end, is their secondary.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I might just sit back and watch this.
I'm not gonna bet it. And why is that at 6:00? That's a stupid time. Why is that game not at like the 7:00 or the 2:30 game?
I don't know.
I mean, that's a great game.
I don't know. Let's see what the money's doing. I don't.
I'm curious. I'd love to know. I bet it's all Tennessee.
I mean, it's a fun game to talk about and a fun game to bet, but because if Kentucky can get the run game going and keep Tennessee off the field, it's a whole nother ball game.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but I don't know that they can.
Hell. It's even. It's right in the 50s.
Oh, they got the CBS went for Florida, Georgia. That's why Tennessee. They
flexed.
Yeah, they got Florida, Georgia, and no, they didn't flex. Why would I mean? They probably chose that game. But why? I mean, Florida's. That's another game I'm not even touching. Georgia could win that game by 30, but they could win it by 10. I mean, who knows what Georgia feels like they're doing that day? If they want to play or don't want to play, they're not going to lose.
No, I don't. Yeah, I just. I'll be honest with you. It feels like 62.5. Oh goodness.
In what, Tennessee, Kentucky?
I don't know. I don't like nothing.
I don't either. That's why it wasn't on my list. I was just curious what you thought about the game, just in general. I think Tennessee wins.
Yeah, I just don't know. If Kentucky can get out there and run the ball, Stoops is a really good coach.
He's a fantastic coach.
If they could take the wind out of Southern Tennessee, get them frustrated, but you're asking for a lot. You're asking for a miracle.
Oh, yeah. I just don't. I don't think Kentucky's got it. I think this is going to come down to Tennessee, Georgia. The winner of that game goes and represents the East in the SEC championship game. And most likely, whoever it is playing Alabama. I mean, that's just. I mean, talent wins out. I mean, yeah, is Nick Saban the GOAT and the best coach of all time? Yeah, but he also has the best talent. I mean, that just is what it is. So before we get out of here, I want to bring in our guest for tonight. He's dying to get on the camera. There he is. Everybody wants to take a look. Look at that beautiful smile. He's been. All
Been
right,
over
stop that. Just kind of.
practicing
Just
his
look at him.
Spider-Man
Just
move.
yeah. He's been doing the Spider-Man, the Batman. What do you call all those moves you've been doing over there, buddy? You want to tell them? Tell them what you're going to be for Halloween. Let's tell everybody what we're going to be. Who's all dressing up for Halloween for the Trail of Treats at the country club? Who's all dressing up?
Me,
And
you,
and
Molly.
what are we dressing? Tell them. Look right there in the microphone. Tell them. Tell them what we're dressing up as.
Harry Potter.
Who are you gonna be?
Harry Potter.
Who's Daddy gonna be?
Dumbledore.
And who's Mommy gonna be? I don't know. I think it's like McGonagall or something like that. Yeah, we don't really know what Mommy's gonna be. Anyway, look. Tell them hello.
Hi.
See you next time. You gotta tell. Don't look at me. Tell the people in the. Say, see you next time.
See you next time.
There you go. All right, get out of here. All right, so you've got it. You've got all the information, and we told you right here. Better prep, better practice, more film work, more film study. We looked at everything. We know we feel better about it. It doesn't stop today. Believe me, we'll do more as the week goes on. We'll put it out on Twitter Saturday morning. We'll give you the picks. You'll know where we are. But you got a head start, and now just go dive into those games and see if you can find anything that we didn't find.
Yeah.
What do you think, Paul?
Yeah, there's only one game that the Cincinnati Central Florida game. I just don't really have a comment on it, but I will be looking at that game because it's almost a pick 'em.
I can't pick it.
No,
I looked. I don't. Central Florida plays much better at home than they do on the road.
right?
So that's just a tough game for me. I don't know. I think they could upset them. I don't know.
That's the only other game that I'm looking at right now. I just don't have a feel about. It's great defense versus great offense, kind of.
That's right.
It's going to be a good matchup.
Yep. Now, who's going to do what?
Yep.
Cincinnati had their game covered last week, and then a late score by SMU made it a 2-point game, and it was a 3-point spread. So, nothing on Thursday and Friday, right? I mean, we're not diving into this Utah, Washington State.
Don't go into Saturday down. Just don't. Let's don't.
Let's just don't. Let's just don't.
Let's just wait.
That's right. So, look, I feel better. He feels better. We washed out last week. We burnt the tickets. Our boy just set them on fire right there for you. Showed you. This is how you do it.
You gotta get rid of them demons.
Demons. And now we're gonna be prepared. Look, it's getting so close to hoodie weather. We got our koozies. We got our hoodies we got the merch out, ready to go.
And if you're in the business of irrigating, call them boys at Oxpipe.
I call them at Oxpipe. That's right. So look, so glad you joined us. Hopefully you listen to this throughout Thursday and do your studying and be ready to go for the weekend. And not sure that we'll come back to you till next week, but if we do, we'll let you know. But for Paul, I'm Franklin. This has been Cash and Tickets, and we'll see you next week.